The biggest shock has happened with Hazbin Hotel releasing a full teaser for Season 1, a release date for the season, and a confirmation that Season 2 is already on its way. We're going to break down the trailer and news, but real quick, you could win 3 signed prints from Hell of a Boss, Murder Drones, or your other favorite cartoons available at the Streamly shop. Stay tuned until the end of the video to find out how you can win these prizes or others by talking about cartoons with other fans. Now, for those who missed it, VivziePop was able to confirm specifically that the show is coming to Amazon Prime, which is probably the best service for the show to premiere on. Amazon Prime is perhaps the most universal streaming service without the fear of early cancellations, such as Netflix is doing to every show, especially those that are animated after just 2 seasons. Here on Prime, Hazbin Hotel can reach the widest possible audience, and with 2 seasons already confirmed, I can't imagine they don't renew the show for at least a 3rd and final season. While VivziePop has said recently that Hell of a Boss is intended to have 4 seasons, Hazbin Hotel was said earlier to be a 3-season story, with more stories that could be explored as sort of sequel stories afterwards, such as one involving the Von Eldridge family and their origins. With Amazon Prime as the streaming service, and there already being a 2nd season confirmed, I could see a 3rd season renewal happening right after Season 1 airs to good reviews, giving the team enough time to animate the 3rd season while Season 2 is airing, and leading to fewer delays that other shows like Invincible had while waiting for their renewal. We all know Hazbin Hotel was originally meant to air this summer based off of promo posters, but the Season 2 renewal gives the impression that Amazon Prime may have wanted to greenlight Season 2 and get that started before Season 1 airs, so there wouldn't be such a gap. The next episode of Hell of a Boss comes out this Halloween, and then 2 months later in January of 2024, we'll have probably 8 to 10 episodes of Hazbin Hotel coming out with a new episode each week, which will set the fandom up with content until about mid-March probably. From there, I expect Hell of a Boss to come back just a month or so later, and with enough lead time to animate the episodes, we might have a very consistent release schedule for next year. VivziePop made it seem like the next episode coming out was a struggle to make happen this year, but with it being at least 2 months before the year ends, I'm getting the impression that her crew is getting bigger and more streamlined, and with Hazbin Hotel episodes already done and waiting to air, they'll probably have plenty of time to get ahead on the rest of Season 2 of Hell of a Boss. Now, the trailer was only 30 seconds long, but it had so much going on that we have to break it all down. The first shot we see is of Charlie and Vaggie dancing, probably during some sort of opening musical number for the series. Charlie, of course, looks really happy, and Vaggie looks concerned and like Charlie is literally pulling her along. In the background, we can see one of the neon signs advertising Beelzejuice, which we know to be made by Beelzebub from Hell of a Boss. With Hazbin's rights being held by A24, there's only so many references the shows can make to each other, and it's little things like this which will make them connect and make them feel like the same world without there being any real character overlap. The second shot we see is a bunch of the Eggy boys in the hotel, which seems to super confirm what we've been talking about since the character redesigns came out, which is that Serpentious is now going to be a resident of the hotel, and thus his Eggy boys will be causing all sorts of mischief around the hotel as well. Following this is a shot of Alistair talking to Husk, with Alistair sort of teasing Husk and Husk looking all upset, probably about how they've been stuck at this hotel, but Alistair is still looking for ways to entertain himself. This shot is a really great example of the show's animation, and it's so nice seeing the characters really moving around and having fun and feeling real finally. Next is a shot of Angel Dust dancing, which seems to relate to some of the earlier preview gifs we got of him in the same outfit. Here, we see him performing with sexy fox-type demons that are background dancers. The next 2 shots show the hotel with darker lighting, with Alistair brightening the room in the first shot and Lucifer brightening it in the second. The first shot shows the room rather dull, lacking its normal harsh red feeling, with Alistair snapping his fingers to do some voodoo magic and make light. This doesn't actually seem to connect to the next shot of Lucifer, as the room is a different kind of dark here, I would say, and he is holding up a fire to lighten the place up. Additionally, Lucifer looks confused here, like he's alone and trying to find out what's going on, instead of talking to someone like Alistair. It's crazy that this tiny little shot of Lucifer raising the fire in his hand is the first real animation we've seen of him now. Following this, it looks like a clip from a musical number involving Alistair and Vox, something I imagine the fans are extra stoked about. Vox and Alistair's antagonistic dynamic is something fans have been long wanting to explore in the show, with the first big hint of it being in the Alistair prequel comic that used to be available on the official Hazbin Hotel website. In this comic, Alistair passes by some televisions, through which Vox seems to be spying on Alistair. Vox, through his screens, has control of a lot of industries and is constantly trying to get ahead by staying modern, but Alistair has control over the radios and doesn't want to evolve with the times. While Vox is the ultimate winner in terms of industry, Alistair maintains his power and seems to enjoy not letting Vox change the way radio works for his own profit. I imagine this song will be about their dynamic and history, and it looks like it will be very fun. Next came the cutest shot I have ever seen, with baby Charlie stealing the whole show. It's dark, but it looks like she's even wearing an adorable little crown on her head, and she just looks so sad. The show is premised on Charlie wanting to subvert her father's annual extermination by getting sinners into heaven, and a lot of the show will rest on the relationship of Charlie to her parents, particularly as a child. It's great to know that in this season we'll be getting at least a glimpse into her past, and perhaps even a full episode just diving into it with flashbacks such as they did with Stolas and Blitz in Season 2 Episode 1 of Hell of a Boss. Now, with the Hazbin Hotel character redesigns that came out earlier this year, we also got a look at the new character Adam, who is the leader of the exorcists who come down each year to kill those human sinners. Here in the trailer, we see Adam getting angry and smashing his fists onto his desk and smiling maliciously in the darkness afterwards. Adam likely has a personal vendetta against Lucifer for what happened in the Garden of Eden, with Lucifer's apple and serpent imagery painting him as the one who deceived Adam and his strangely missing wife Eve. It would seem that Adam might be the ultimate villain of the series and may be planning to sabotage the hotel the same way Lucifer sabotaged the Garden of Eden. Expect a full video on that idea sometime in the future. Next up was another funny shot of Charlie in the hotel waving someone over, with nothing really of note here other than she is clearly hiding but in a playful manner, probably planning a surprise for someone with the help of whoever she is luring over to her. This was followed by a shot of Husk and Angel together. I feel like I rarely see full-body Husk without something obscuring him, so it feels almost weird seeing him like this. The context of this shot is strange, as in the first frame they are really close and almost holding hands, but looking a bit awkward. In the next frame, Husk begins to smile, but Angel still looks very awkward, and I'm curious what exactly is going on here. Many fans hope for Husk and Angel to end up together, and I imagine we'll finally start seeing some of their dynamic in this scene. Next are the two most epic shots in the trailer, one of Vox in some big TV room looking all evil, and the next a different room containing an entire line of overlords. Starting on the left, we have Rosie with her head turned away from the camera, but it seems to clearly be her. Then of course there is Alistair, who we know to be friends with Rosie and thus must be at this meeting with her. Next over is one of the girls from the pilot outside of Rosie's shop, who is picking up some of the exterminator weapons that were left behind. For some reason, she is sitting next to Velvet, though Vox and Valentino aren't seen in this shot at all. Next to her is one of the three overlords that we see in the pilot hanging out with Lucifer in the opening scene. On the other end of the shot is Zilla, the large dinosaur-looking overlord seen in the background of that same shot in the pilot. I have no idea who this white-looking overlord is or this horn demon next to her, but this blue fire guy also appears to be an overlord seen in the background of the Hazbin Hotel pilot as well. In this meeting, they seem to be discussing the annual extermination with facts and figures in the background, perhaps showing how many deaths from one year to the next occur, and it will be kind of dark to see the overlords having some sort of talk about how to best manage the extermination for their benefit. Finally, the trailer ends with a reminder that Season 1 is coming in January of 2024 and a shot of the main cast together looking absolutely adorable. Talk more about the trailer with other Hazbin Hotel fans in our Cartoon Universe Discord server, and every time you talk there or leave a comment on one of our videos, you'll earn Toon Tokens. Toon Tokens can be used to buy entries into our raffle, where one winner will get to choose up to 3 Hell of a Boss signed prints from the Streamly shop, as well as other cool prizes. Just use the link in the pinned comment down below and sign up using the CrewBot to start earning tokens. See you guys there!